Michael Jackson could still be alive, and I would say it's got to measure up to that. Eminem, who's one of my favorites, I would say that about him.
Hello again and welcome back to another one, and today we have a couple of topics to cover, from some drama involving the Super Bowl performance coming from different sources, one from Billboard and the other from media personality Stephen A. Smith, who came under fire a few hours ago for his comments about Rihanna's upcoming Super Bowl performance, and we'll get to more on this in a bit. Today we also have more from The Game, who recently shared a post to commemorate the 18th anniversary of the documentary. And since 50 and Dre got a shout out, Game's been getting dragged on social media, and we'll get to why that is in a bit. So, a few hours ago, a clip of Stephen A. Smith talking about Rihanna's upcoming Super Bowl performance kicked things off. That's already led to an apology video and more. It started when this hit the web.
Are you excited for this halftime show?
I don't want to say I'm not excited. She's fantastic. That's not where I'm going with this.
Okay, where you going?
Ladies and gentlemen, she's a lot of things. She's spectacular, actually.
Yes.
And congratulations on new mamahood.
Yes.
There's one thing she's not.
Uh-huh.
She ain't Beyonce.
I know she's not Beyonce.
Brought up, the only reason I brought up Beyonce.
Yes.
Is because Beyonce recently performed at the Super Bowl.
And when this hit Twitter, the dragging began on the platform, and then Stephen A. Smith reportedly shared this post: "Apologies to Rihanna for my words, gotta be more careful, her fan base might just be worse than the Beehive." This was deleted shortly after, and he expanded on Twitter: "Horrific mistake. Something that was supposed to be a fun moment on the Sherry Shepherd show has gotten out of hand. An overzealous member of my management team, which has access to my account, posted something I would never say about Rihanna, her fans, or any other artist. The post has been removed. My social management team will never make a mistake like this again. My apologies again to Rihanna. And just to be clear, I'm a huge fan. Sherry and I, we're just having fun, that is all." And he made it clear that it wasn't a shot at Rihanna in particular, and that he would have said the same thing about other favorites like Eminem and others. "Apologies to Rihanna for my words, gotta be more careful." And check out some snippets.
I get paid to speak for a living, so I need to be more careful. I want Rihanna to know you're a superstar. You're sensational. You're spectacular. You're no joke. And you are a worthy person to be doing the Super Bowl halftime show. Having said all of that, I was answering a question from Sherry Shepherd. And she asked me, with a bunch of sisters in the audience, what she asked me. Now, I'm a Beyonce fan. I think that Beyonce is not only a phenomenal performer, the phenomenal performer. And the only reason any kind of comparison came into play is because Beyonce performed at halftime of the Super Bowl not just by herself, but one separate Super Bowl performance with Bruno Mars and Coldplay. And I thought those were two of the greatest shows that I've ever seen. So what I'm saying is anybody has to measure up to that. Last year, with Snoop and Dre and Mary J and Eminem, I was like, Bruno Mars, Beyonce, Coldplay, big time. They got to measure up to that. Anybody who does Super Bowl or Super Bowl halftime show, forever I'm gonna say Beyonce, Bruno Mars, Coldplay, and then Beyonce by themselves. Michael Jackson could still be alive, and I would say it's got to measure up to that. Eminem, who's one of my favorites, I would say that about him.
But for some, the debate continues. Rihanna versus Beyonce is on. I'm a huge Rihanna fan, but I don't think you said anything wrong and have nothing to apologize for. Last time I checked, you made a living comparing athletes to one another. Is this any different? But many other takes were along these lines. He wasn't asked if he or who he liked more. Sherry just asked or said she was excited to see her perform. He chose to compare her to Beyonce. That part was not necessary. He could have just said it should be a good show because people haven't seen her in a while. But now some have concluded, damn, you can't even say Beyonce performs better than Rihanna without having to do an apology? Man, this world is over. That's a regular music opinion. But what people have a problem with is he dragged Beyonce into the conversation. And while this was on, Billboard sparked drama with a report on the 13 best Super Bowl halftime shows, where top 3 went to Prince, U2, and Dr. Dre. But Michael Jackson's performance came in at number 10.
Bruh.
Hence takes like Michael Jackson was the one who made the halftime show a thing and is the only artist ever to get paid millions to do it. After him, no artist was paid for it. He will always be number 1. Number 2 is Dr. Dre and Eminem, etc. Number 3 Shakira, and number 4 is Madonna. But what do you guys think of Michael Jackson at number 10? Moving on to the next point, Game recently shared a post about the documentary that got many shocked on the web, seeing that he was on a press run discrediting Dre, Eminem and 50 Cent in 2022. He shared this: 18 years ago today, a hip-hop classic was born. All I wanted to do was tell my story and make sure my son would never live the life I did. Snoop Dogg passed the torch, Busta Rhymes kept me focused, Dr. Dre laid the foundation, and 50 Cent helped put the puzzle together. I took Jonathan to the depths of Compton, California and showed him the heart of what I survived. He captured the essence of my city, my mood, and brought to the world my vision. Always remember, it's no longer a dream once it becomes reality. And some are already picking the last sentence apart. Quote, remember, it's no longer a dream once it becomes reality. No kidding, dummy. Thanks for stating the obvious. What's it gonna be the next time? It's no longer hot when it becomes cold. For real, these rappers can't be taken seriously. Shake my head. And the word bipolar has been thrown around. It's everywhere across platforms right now. On IG under the reaction, glad you gave 50 his credit. You can find multiple takes along these lines. Game bipolar. The next he will discredit 50. Another user expanded. Very bipolar. Cause didn't he say Kanye did more for him than Dre? Yeah, and give him a classic. And if he thought people were gonna forget everything he said in 2022, well, he thought wrong. The user adds, I'm surprised he even gave Dre his props. Remember, Dre never did a beat for him, laughing emoji. This was a huge story a few months ago when he claimed he never got a beat from Dre, when there were videos out there of him bragging about getting Dre beats.
I've never had a Dre beat in my career.
Say what now?
No. That's what you benefit with the motherfucking Dr. Dre beats. The motherfucking Dr. Dre beats.
And on the Hip Hop DX's report, it's more of the same. Soon as someone mentions the Super Bowl, he'll flip on them again. Another adds, dude is legit bipolar or some ish. He can rap though. The comments were vicious. Now 50 and Dre helped him. Last week they could slob his knob. Get your borderline fixed. And some have concluded, worst backstabber and most dislikable loser in the rap game. Sheesh. It is funny because a few came to his defense to claim that 50 starts drama too, that got some asking, Dr. Dre starts ish too, Eminem too, Game is unstable. We are at a point where he gives props and still gets roasted because people are convinced he'll flip real soon and continue the cycle. Share your thoughts below. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoy content like this, and see you on the next one.